gives you a feeling of unity, almost with the nation, I think, because they certainly all felt it.
A terrorist attack. New York, Washington, a field in Pennsylvania, and 4 hijacked airliners. Days after September the 11th, 2001, Gwen Loiacono had a dream. In the dream, Gwen had a vision. The vision was a simple red, white, and blue flag, a flag that would become the 9/11 Remembrance Flag, a flag that would soon make a journey across America and into the hearts of those who lost loved ones on that tragic day.
It helps us again to remember those that we lost, not to forget them. It's something we can look at every day. We're flying it at the fire stations itself. Everybody has it flying from the flagpole, so it's a way not to forget. That's probably the biggest thing that we wanted to happen with that flag.
I'm a firefighter, and from the firefighting point of view, it means a lot. You know, 343 of our firefighters, our brothers in New York, died doing what I get paid to do.
The flag would soon fly over firehouses in Wilmington, over county buildings, carried in honor guards, and even find its way to the Golden Arches. But its journey did not end there.
Hello, how are you doing?
It was only a few weeks after 9/11 when Monica created September's mission.
Okay, the thing is that you have to get that to me. 2 weeks after the event, I realized that I had to do something in honor of Michael because I could not accept what had happened, and I felt that if I didn't do something, I thought that they would just rebuild and not take in consideration the lives that were lost.
September's mission now sponsors many events for surviving family members and children. Monica was also instrumental in donating the Remembrance Flag to families living in the New York City area.
She told me about Gwen, her friend, and what her friend was doing, and I was very interested in meeting with her. And so that's what we did. We had a meeting here way in the beginning. She showed me her idea, and I thought it was great. And the same thing happened to her that happened to me 2 weeks after the event. We knew we had to do something. We both went on missions. We've all been working together since that day.
In addition to being a facilitator to other groups, September Space's primary mission is to help those who helped others, such as rescue workers at Ground Zero.
Seeing things like this epitomizes never forget. How can you forget when you see something like this? There's a woman in North Carolina, I understand, who is a flag maker. Her contribution to our effort is a flag, which really is an awful lot when you think about it. I mean, think of the power of the picture of the 3 guys who raised the flag at Ground Zero that day. It's very apropos, and I think it does an awful lot for all of us who were there and for those who were not.
Well, it's overwhelming, the flag, and it's a beautiful piece, and it does represent, not only what happened in 9/11, but and what we're still doing today.
As proud as I was to be a firefighter, I'm even more proud to be a rescue firefighter. We are absolutely, the New York City Fire Department is absolutely the first line of response and defense to this city. The real heroes are still there. Those are the real heroes. We just do a job.
Tom and Joanne Meehan from Carteret, New Jersey, lost their daughter Colleen on September the 11th. She worked for Cantor Fitzgerald.
When this first happened, the families were alone. We were out there fending for ourselves, and it was so tragic that most of us were in such deep grief we didn't even know where to turn. When Gwen designed the flag, it represented what had happened, and it just brought such great comfort. Everyone is remembered on the flag. Pennsylvania, New York, Washington, the plains.
The range of emotions on the family's part. I mean, some families couldn't find the ability to go to ground zero. Others like us, we've made the trip in numerous times over the past 16 months because we felt close to Colleen in there. But that flag is what draws us together.
Because we're scattered so far all over the world. Families are all over just about every state in the Union. And it just brought us one step closer. And we can identify each other by the flag.
Mike Berger works as a stockbroker on Wall Street. On September the 11th, Mike lost his best friend, his brother, James Patrick Berger, in the South Tower. It was on this day that Mike saw the remembrance flag for the first time.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You were my hero.
Jimmy, like so many who perished that day, died a hero.
You put all those lucky people in that line. Jim had taken it upon himself to get his employees out. It was the most important thing on his mind was to get them out of there. And he didn't care what announcement was coming over, but he knew that he needed to get people to safe ground and get them out of the building, and that's what he was busy doing. He got a few elevators full of people down before the second plane had hit. Ready or not, brother, you know I will meet you tonight on Hero Hill. Meet you tonight on Hero Hill. So a lot of words, not a lot of pictures, but those that were involved in that day as deeply as some of us were, know exactly what a flag like this means, and it's a beautiful job. It's a great job.
My son, your families, we're all a part of history. So they're going to be, all these young children today are going to be reading this in textbooks, today, and for years to come, just like the other world wars.
Fran and John Balaga are part of St. Catherine's 9/11 support group. They meet once a week.
I realize that already. You're right. I cannot laugh with anybody else, but I know if I laugh here, it's safe.
Each member of the group received the remembrance flag donated by Gwen.
What makes for the difference?
Because they don't know.
They don't know. We lost our son John, worked for Cantor on our 3rd floor. I spoke to him shortly after the plane hit. Called him, it was 3 minutes after 9. And all he said to me was, I have to go. He says, there's fire.
I lost 4 of my students and 5 friends on the plane in Pennsylvania.
And I was on the 70th floor of the South Tower, and I was still up there when the plane hit. I lost a co-worker, a good friend, and several other people that I knew.
What I like about the Remembrance Flag is that it shows an American tragedy, not just a New York tragedy. Mm-hmm. This happened to our country, not just to our city.
Somebody took the time and the effort to make a flag to give us that memory that it never should happen again.
Right. Right. It gives you a feeling of unity, almost with the nation, I think, because they certainly all felt it. I mean, I didn't receive Danny's body. I don't know that I ever will, but at least I know that there was a recognition of his loss. That helps.
9/11 told us that we are vulnerable here.
The smell of burning and sirens fill the air, and all that I can do is think of you alone in there. I call you on the telephone small miracle I get through. But when your voice comes on the line, I realize it's not you. You are no longer you, and I am suddenly not me. The ground's been ripped from underneath our two clay feet. It's like a movie, but it's true. And everything sad has turned a deeper shade of blue. Oh, ashes, ashes from steel and concrete. We all fall down, we all break down onto clay feet.
Reminds me of my son. That's the first thing when she sent this letter to me. That was the first thing I saw was, God, that could be my child. That could have been my son. And I think that's what people have to remember is it's only by chance that it wasn't our son.
Nice enough to send the flags to us. I felt
A remembrance flag has brought some sense of peace to those left behind.
She doesn't realize how many people's lives she has touched by donating, not only donating those flags, but her being so sincere.
The flag is presented to President and First Lady George W. Bush. On behalf of September's mission, we sincerely thank you for your kindness, compassion for the families.
On behalf of President and Mrs. Bush, it's an honor for me to represent them here today. It was an honor when they asked me to accept this for them, knowing that my sister's oldest boy was a first responder, court officer, responded to the scene and was lost, as there were so many others who tried to help.
Do these two look familiar to you? What do they look like? The two twin towers, yeah. Isn't that beautiful? Some lady made a beautiful flag to remember.
And gives hope, it does. It makes you feel like there is hope, that we're going to be able to send a message, try to promote peace and healing. And I feel that that flag does that.